AI. But now I feel bad, even though Git isn't real. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna we're gonna dive into some changes that we're making to Recoup. Sweets is gonna help me work through uh, some PR requests that I'm having an issue with, and that sounds real boring, but it's not. So let's get into it. You want me to share my screen?
Yes, please.
All right. So, entire screen. I am here. Let's share it. All right. So, we are here. And Sweets, how do you want me to get you up to speed on where we're at?
Is your current branch open as a PR so that I can see the current delta between main and your changes?
It is not. Should I do that?
That would be awesome. Let's start with there.
I just did a bunch of edits and it didn't update those, or it didn't fix the problem. So just keep that in mind. Please commit these changes, but in the message say did not fix, then push to remove.
And it's already on a new branch, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the most recent commit did not fix the problems. The other commits is everything that's led up that did fix the little problems that we've been having. We just have this one little issue. Oh, well, what's this?
It's saying you weren't on a branch or you haven't pushed your branch yet.
I haven't pushed my branch. That's what it is.
Nice. You mind if I take over for a couple seconds on the review side?
Please.
Cool. I am sharing screen. Let's see if I took over. Yes, I did. Let's go back to Recoupable, Recoup chat. It should have auto prompted to open up the pull request. I'll open up your pull request. It should auto prompt. I'm not seeing it auto prompt.
It's not doing it. Let me just open up the PR thing. Give me a second.
What's the ticket number?
1351. But no, it doesn't say auto prompt compare and pull request.
You're already on it?
I'm gonna create pull request.
Copy.
Oh, but I gotta change edit to
the staging
dash save. Okay, cool. It is open. MYC-1351.
Pull request number 468, right?
Correct.
Copy. Okay. So we changed 8 files, total 209 lines. Not feeling too bad so far. That feels normal. Memories. If there's an artist ID. Interesting. Why do we need an artist ID to get memories for a room?
This was, let me tell you exactly what this fixed. Artist ID. To get memories for a room. Oh, you know what? I don't know. We already have room ID, which should have artist ID. Or wait, I'm sorry. This was because it was a fix because when we were kicking off, it was automatically switching rooms for whatever reason. I could not find the reason. So when we had it add artist ID when creating the room, it would stick to the same room.
It would stick to the same.
Like here, I can tell you. Let me pull up exactly the bug that this fixed. Wait. Scroll up. Let me see. I can find the chat that I had with this.
It's okay. I'll skip past this for now. My current thinking is we don't need this, and this is something that can be removed. But so I'll keep moving. Artist tab, set selected, set menu, visible artist ID, selected artist. We're now also getting a selected artist. Path name and push. Is artist switch. Handle click. Artist is one of the artist PFPs on the right bar.
Yeah.
So when you click on one of those, is artist switch. If we've clicked on an artist that is different from our active one, it is an artist switch. If it's checking if we're on a chat page with our current path, and also whether we're viewing a funnel. I'm not sure why we care if we're viewing a funnel. I get the chat. Is viewing chat or is viewing funnel, we push. So if we switch artists and we're looking at a chat or we're looking at a funnel, we redirect them back to the home screen. We don't already have any code to do redirects on artist change.
No, this specifically fixed the problem of if I switched my artist while I was on a chat or in a funnel, the UI wouldn't switch artists. Like it would remain on the old artist's chat or old artist's funnel.
Right. Okay. Artist sync for chat. Something with a storage key. Restore artist state. What are we doing here? Stored artist. What is this hook doing? Or what is this component doing? This looks like a chat component, but I don't see any actual code being returned for this. So it looks like it's currently stored as a component. There's no HTML. Is there a reason this is a component and not a hook? Well, before we even ask the implementation details, what's the purpose of this?
So this was implemented to fix the issue when I would when we would create a new chat that wasn't the default artist. It would create the chat, but then it kept switching back to whatever the artist was that we had as the default artist in local storage, or the original artist that we had. Even if our cookie was switched, like in the browser, like even if Recoup Artist said chill pill, I would create a new chat and it would create the chat, but then it would revert back to like Teddy Swims, if I like, those are the two artists I've been working with. So this is to sync the chat so that it doesn't switch back to the other one. It doesn't switch back to the wrong artist. It stays on the same artist.
So the issue here is that when I create a new artist, when I create a new chat, the experience is I land on the page, I select a different artist than what's default selected. I click new chat. I type something in the chat. When I hit enter, it switches my active artist back to the original active artist. And the chat is saved with the artist ID of the original artist or of the artist that I had selected. Am I understanding the bug right before asking more questions?
Correct. Do you want to verify it? If you go to production, it should be happening.
Go to chat. Usually defaults to Elon Musk for me. Nope. Okay, it's swapped to Barbara, which I appreciate. Select myself. Hi, Barbara. And Sid says at this point, I should be switched into Barbara's account.
As soon as it creates the other chat.
And the chat is being created in Barbara's account or in Sweetman's account.
See right there, yours.
And
then
now I'm on Elon. So
Elon.
I'm not on Barbara nor on Sweetman. I'm on a third artist.
Correct. So what my question is, if you refresh your browser and you open up the console to see what your local storage is for your artist, it should be, I guess it doesn't matter. Like, it's just for some reason we're switching back to another art, like an artist that it should not be switching to. And so this was the solution, was artist sync for chat.
Okay, I'm trying to write down the bugs you're trying to solve so that we can break these down into smaller things, because right now I'm not under this feels like a roundabout way to be. It feels like we're addressing symptoms rather than thinking through what the root cause is. So the first bug I wrote down is switch artists should be redirecting to a new page. The second bug that we're now talking about is creating a chat is switching active artists. What other bugs are being fixed in this pull request besides those two? Do you know them, or should I keep scrolling through these files to better understand what bugs you're fixing?
I have another one, but you can keep going through. We might as well just keep going through.
It's like, here's another is artist switch. So why do we have it both here and in artist, the exact same code block? Is one of them ineffective? Are both of them actually being used in different contexts?
Let me see which one is which.
Right here, we say is artist switch, chat UID pattern is viewing existing chat with a push. Inside of the artist component, you have the exact same function, is artist switch, if is artist switch, and then we push. Are both of these actually being used? Is only one of them being used and we've left another unused block of code? Are neither of them working and we're throwing in things that we haven't verified works? Why do we have two duplicate blocks of code in different components?
Let me look it up. Keep looking through the code, and I will look up my chat.
Got new types. All conversations. What is all conversations? Add conversation. Where are we using all conversations? Set all conversations. Oh, we already had it. But before it was an array of conversations or artist agent. And now you've defined a new type called conversation item, which is either conversation with artist Where were these types defined before? Conversation and artist agent. Why are we defining a new type here? A conversation, what is a conversation? Where's this type coming from? Where's the conversation type coming from? Conversation is coming from types chat. I don't know what that is, so let me try to see if I have the code base. I do not. Let me open up the code base.
I'm looking up. Make sure you look good.
Okay, so Sid's modifying, or Sid's importing type chat. Types chat Where's conversation? There's a manually defined thing. Okay, so conversation already has artist ID in it, and yet Sid is expanding this to create a new type with an additional field of artist ID Y. Additionally, it already has memories, and yet Sid is defining. And why is this new type needed? What's the difference between this type that you're defining and the existing type that was being used before?
Which type is it? Conversation with artist?
Conversation with artist. What are the changes that are being made in use conversation? Why are we creating new types? Why is this file modified at all? What is it trying to fix? Is owned by current artist, has messages from current artist, is non-empty conversation. Do you know what these changes are doing? Or are you asking us right now to understand?
Oh, okay. This is the use conversations. This is the fix that we are working on right now that is not working.
Okay, so far ignore this because it's not actually working or doing anything.
Correct. This is the one that is our issue with
messages, base handle submit. Messages. What is base handle submit? Oh, we're importing things and changing the name. Okay. Use messages. What are we changing here? Load initial messages when chat or artist changes. If this is
the same thing. This is another issue. This is dealing with the issue that we're having right now. The commit that is not fixed yet.
So ignore use messages as well because these changes also don't work?
Correct.
Are they solving one of the two existing problems that I've already written down, or is this a third problem that we have not talked about yet?
This is third problem we have not talked about yet.
What's the third problem?
It is user message shows when on the input box, text input box. So it's not the text input box is not refreshing the user message.
So you want on message send clear the input that's in the chat.
Yep.
Okay. Use prompts. What are we fixing here? 1, 2, or 3 on the list of bugs, or a different bug?
I am looking it up. Chat display.
And none of these are dealing with showing me the correct recent chats, making it so that if I refresh a chat, the messages still show there. Right?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Right now, when I send a new message, the room is, well, I guess the room just got added on prod at least. No.
It did get added, but it doesn't show in recent chats in the current version.
And is that being fixed in this pull request or no?
Yes.
That's part of bug 2?
Yes.
Okay, so if I go to Sweetman, I should see it in that case. Create chat switching active artist. So you say it was created. Which artist would it have been created? And then if you're saying the chat was saved, it should be saved under someone. So who do I either select Sweetman or Barbara or Elon, and it should be there, right?
Do me a favor, go to a new artist.
A new, click new artist?
Yeah, random new artist. I'm sorry. Go to an artist that you haven't selected, like an artist in your PFP that you haven't clicked
The
yet. I'll create a new chat with them. Okay, cool. And then like write something. All right, well, yeah, go to your recent history or your recent chats right now so we can watch and see what it creates the name as. Initial chat session.
But now it's
So
gone.
it created it and then it goes away. So it's not in your recent chats, but it was the initial, what was it called? Initial
It
chat.
might be this.
All right, so it just moves it to the bottom. I didn't even check that.
Yeah, so the order just might be wrong. And if I go here and I refresh the page, it's working here. It was not working on the other branch that you had. So it seems like that bug was limited to your branch. Okay. So the 3 bugs you're trying to fix, the 3 most important bugs that you are visualizing need to be fixed. Redirecting when I switch an artist, which to me is a new feature, not a bug. Create chat is switching artists, which does feel like a bug that is stopping people at P0. On message send, clearing the chat, which feels like a P1. I would rank these in order as bug 2 is a P0, bug 3 is a P1, bug 1 is actually a P2 new feature. Would you agree or disagree with those ratings?
Explain to me why P1 is a new feature or bug 1 is a new feature.
You want selecting a new artist to redirect to a new tab who is unable to use the product as a result of that existing.
Wait.
Bug 1 is switch artist should redirect page. Right now, if I
so right now,
artist,
if you
it doesn't
right now switch your artist,
it doesn't stop me from using the app. Like I click that, and
but
it's
look,
like, okay, cool.
But you switched your artist, but you're still seeing Elon Musk's chat.
Sure, I'm still not being stopped from using the app. Like, cool, I see the chat. Now I can still drive around from this profile. And so you're saying like, I shouldn't be able to see this, which is making chats private, which is like, cool, that can be a feature, but nobody's being stopped from using the app by, I select an artist and I'm still seeing a different chat.
No, I guess it's just confusing, or at least it was confusing to me about which artist was selected. So
it sounds like the actual concern you have is highlighting active artists and not redirecting on. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is an idea something that's new and not something that any person has said, I am unable to use the app because when I click on an artist, I still see an existing chat.
Correct. I agree with you there.
Okay, we have not done any coding yet. My goal is to unblock you. I recommend we focus on the P0, create chat is switching active artist,
Agreed.
Potentially the P1, and let you deal with the P2 whenever you prioritize the new feature. Thoughts?
Agreed.
Okay, do you already have a ticket for create chat switching active artist?
Yes.
Okay, step 1, let's check out, have you already pushed that as a branch? The reason I ask is wondering if we need to delete that so you can check out that branch.
Create page update, chat page update. Yeah, hold on to artist automatically switches during chat. That's the one.
You have a ticket. Do you have a pull request for it or a branch that's pushed to get?
I do.
Okay. I'll stop sharing. Let's go over to your side. We'll focus on that. Let's have you go into your code base and check out the main branch.
Oh, wait, am I sharing screen? No, let me share.
You're currently not. Okay. In the cursor, check out main. And pull latest changes if you're telling it to cursor. Let's see if it auto pulls. Okay, and then we also want to pull. Yeah, pull latest changes. I've never tried to tell cursor to delete a branch, but you're going to say, please delete this branch, and then you'll paste the branch name after you run that command to pull. Cool.
All right, let me do this real quick. New chat so that we have new context. And then really quickly. And then just let it do that so it has context. And then, all right, then you want me to delete the PR or the branch for the chat, right? Or the bug we're working on.
Correct.
Okay. Where is linear?
Or you just use the button in the top right.
Where is it?
Top
This?
right. Yeah. There you go. It's the official name. And now I don't think you have that. So just tell it to check that out, and that avoids us from having to delete any branches. Please check out this branch, or please create a new branch named this.
Okay, so just create this. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and that's how you should be getting. I mean, that's how Linear recommends you get the branch name in the future. Just copy that button.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. The only thing different is I wasn't having the P0, but okay, cool.
And I don't think you had it prefaced with your name either.
Okay, cancel that.
No, this is exactly what I wanted. I mean.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So I didn't have
the branch name was perfect that Linear gave you, and
so yeah, just keep linear branch names. Gotcha.
And it's going to say that branch doesn't exist. Let's see if it'll create it. Nope, looks like it's searching for branches and not creating it. We need to create the branch.
It will. Oh, see, it's pulling up the old one. No, create a. All right, we're on it. Stop it, switch and start doing shit.
Okay, so we're now on main. Well, we have the latest for main. We haven't pushed this branch yet. Let's push this branch just so that I can verify there's no difference between main and this branch. Let me know when it's pushed so I can verify and get.
It is pushed.
Sydney /MYC 1328 P0, nothing to compare. Okay, we are at the exact same place as main. Next step, we want to implement this task. You're not using Scratchpad right now. Is it okay that we use Scratchpad?
Yeah.
And are you using Roadmap or no?
I am, but it's not updated.
Okay, do you have the ticket open in Linear?
Yeah.
If you're not, are these changes accurate, or should we delete everything inside of Roadmap and start fresh?
Let's start fresh.
Okay, select everything, Command A, backspace, #roadmap, #space roadmap, which means title. Hashtag is heading 1, space roadmap is what I'm saying.
Why is it not? There we go. Okay. #roadmap.
With a space between the hashtag and the roadmap. Okay. New line, and then go number 1, period, open hard bracket, close hard bracket. Hard bracket, not squiggly bracket. There you go. After that, we're going to copy the name of the ticket. So go into Linear, copy the name of your ticket.
Let me get to Linear.
Copy just the title. Yep. Paste that in the same line as the brackets. And then on a new line, we're going to paste the description. So go back to the ticket, copy the entire description.
All right. So I had it do this. Should we keep the root cause analysis?
That is my usual ticket only has actual and expected. Everything else is done in my code base. It's you've defined this ticket. It's up to you how much you want to copy in. Just for my usual roadmap only contains actual behavior and expected behavior. That way but if you think this other stuff is useful, include whatever you think is useful.
No, let's just keep this right quick. And then we can always come back to the analysis and then the implementation. Because remember, this was a PR that was separate that I already had out, so maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
Delete the empty new line on space 5. On space 6 now. I'm sorry, you'd moved it. Undo that. You can, well, yeah, this is great. Save it. See if we. Can you delete that empty line on line 4? Now save it.
Saved.
Interesting. Okay, it's not auto indenting. Can you highlight all of line 4 and do 1 tab?
Tab.
Tab. Save.
Saved.
Perfect. And we already have a Scratchpad file, right? Scratchpad.md.
Let's see if it's. I can.
How long is it? If it's over 1,000 lines, we'll delete it. But if it's less than 500, we'll keep it. Less than 500, we'll keep it. Okay. Tell your chat, please. First, open up Roadmap. Okay. Select your agent chat, and then in the add context, add roadmap. Click the add context.
Oh, oops, roadmap.
There you go. And now start typing, please prepare your Scratchpad for step 1. What my goal is the first thing I want to see is if it's going to have a step to check if there's already anything being implemented to try to handle this bug. I have a feeling you've told us this bug in the past, and there's probably already some code sitting around. So before we try to change anything, we should see if there's already code, and I'm hoping it puts that in its planning step in the Scratchpad. So click on that so we can see the changes it's making, and let's review its plan. Just click on the file name, it'll open the file. Okay, click accept and we'll start reading through. Okay, problem statement, implementation plan, analysis phases first, perfect. Identify the components and hooks involved in artist selection, that looks perfect. Analyze, highlight step 1, or highlight step 1 and 2, because first is analysis, second is investigation. Copy it, and then we're gonna paste it over into your chat. Say, weird that it pasted it like that. Okay. Somewhere either before it or after it, say, update your investigation to check if there's already any code implemented to try to solve this bug.
Investigation to check if there's already code implemented to try and solve this bug.
Perfect. Send that.
Oh, was it supposed to be changing the Scratchpad, or was it supposed to be investigating?
It was supposed to be updating the Scratchpad, but this happens, and now it's going to update the Scratchpad with the findings. So it just did the investigation. It'll probably update it now. Okay, let's accept that, and let's okay, identify components, artist state management, use chat, create room, use initial artist, analyze the current flow of artist selection during chat creation, artist selection stored in local storage. Yep. Selected artist passed into create room via use chat. Okay, investigation phase, debug, when exactly does the switch happen? Likely during the use effect that runs on the switch of artists or selected artists. What triggers the switch to default? The use effect and use initial artist that updates. Is it related to local storage? Yes, there are multiple effects already handling local storage and artist state. Is this happening during room creation, after room creation, during component updates? This is already giving us a lot of info that's going to help. Let's keep scrolling down. Verify if the artist ID is being saved. API endpoint properly receives it. Review the use effect. It has not done that yet. Okay, key findings. I'm back on the right in your chat. The key findings are that the artist ID is properly passed. Local storage persistence is implemented, but that might be causing issues. The main issue seems to be that there's a third use effect in the use initial artist that updates the selected artist when the artist array changes. Tell it to continue, copy number 1 and just copy and paste number 1 without the question mark. The principle we're following is measure twice, cut once, spend more time preparing the scratch pad, so we introduce less code to fix the bug with greater understanding of the root cause. Because it might be that we actually just need to delete code to make it work instead of adding code. And so instead of adding a new Band-Aid, which that new Band-Aid is fighting an old Band-Aid, and with Band-Aids all down the stack, we're digging a little bit deeper, seeing if there's a root cause where we can actually delete bugged code instead of adding Band-Aid code. After investigating, found a significant issue. The use prompts hook appears to be a major contributor to the artist switching problem. It has a use effect that automatically sets the selected artist to artist 0 when the artist array changes. I recommend the primary issue appears in 2 hooks that already exists. Proposed solution is deleting code, consolidating multiple places, and ensuring coordination. I'm loving, this is sounding correct to me. I haven't verified, but I say copy and paste start number 1 without the question mark and have it do step 1. How do you feel right now compared to your normal flow? Because I'm kind of dominating right now. Do you agree with this path, or do you feel like I'm spending too much time on this?
No, this is awesome. This is great, actually. And I'm curious to see if it does the same thing that was in the previous PR.
Yep.
For this.
Same.
Because this was the suggested similar suggestion. Let me say.
Okay, so it's updated. Use prompts twice. And now it's updating the second hook. Can we click on use prompts so that I can start looking at these changes? Click on the file name. Yep. Okay, so we've removed a couple things. No longer importing artists or set selected artist here. So there's no more setting of selected artists inside of prompts. We've deleted where we are setting selected artist on the prompts, which feels right. We should never be switching artists in the prompts. Set prompts to suggestion only, remove some things. This file is only had stuff deleted. Is there more down below? It looks like we deleted an entire block of code down below. If you scroll down more. Oh no, that's right here. Okay, yeah, so that's it all. I think this looks good to me. So let's accept this. And now let's look at the other file.
Question, at this point, do you accept it and then tell it to delete comments now or later?
I usually will accept it. I'll push it as is. And then when I'm reviewing my own code, when I see a comment, I go back into my own code and I manually delete it, because I find that telling Cursor to delete the comments is slower than me just highlighting the line and deleting it. But I do it in the review phase, not right now. After my code is ready, I've tested it on the deployed environment, and I'm ready to ship it. That's when I delete the comments if Cursor is added them.
Got it. Okay, cool. So you have it there. So if Cursor needs it during the process, it's there. But then
I leave it there to not over focus on details. Instead of me focusing on these details right now, again, the goal is make it work, make it right, make it fast. Deleting comments is make it right. So first we focus on verifying that the changes are correct and that they work. Okay, now that they work, let's focus on these small details that don't change anything, like deleting comments for cleaner code.
Got it.
Can we look at that second file, use initial artists, to see what the changes are? It looks like that one we have added more code. Did you already accept it?
I did.
Oh, can you Command Z? There's a lot of changes, so let's scroll through these. It looks like we've added a use ref here. Looks like this one's adding stuff. Initial loading done. Okay, so now we're checking if initial loading is done. And then we check the artist cookie. So we're not checking the artist cookie until we have loaded in all of the artists. If an artist is, and then whenever we change artists, we set the artist cookie. I don't know if that makes sense to be here and use initial artists. That feels like what you were building out in a new hook, and maybe why you made the change in a new file is because we wouldn't have looked here. Update, okay, these comments are actually helpful. Load the initial artist list. Update cookie when the selected artist changes. Keep selected artist in sync with the artist array. Okay, if current artist and selected artist is wrapped, I don't understand why we're checking is wrapped. But that's not your change that was already there. We're also checking JSON stringify current artist not equal selected artist. So it's checking that we have actually changed the artist before selecting it. Keep scrolling down. Only artists, not selected artists. Interesting. And then handle select artist. Handle artist select. We set artist cookie, but we don't handle select artist. Interesting. This, I'm agreeing that these two hooks feel like the issue so far. I would say let's accept this and either run it locally and let's see if this fixes it, or push it and we'll test it on a deployment preview.
What would you rather do?
My only hesitation to running it locally is personally when I'm streaming and I run locally, everything gets slower. I don't know if you've tested that or had that experience. If you have not, let's run that experiment and see if we get any slower by running it locally. If you already know that it's going to get slower, let's just push it. If this works, I think we can make this use initial artist function even simpler than what Cursor's changes were.
I agree. Oh, we already have the dependencies. I'm just gonna actually no. Run dev in terminal so we can watch it. Nope. Why is it not doing it?
What's wrong with PNPM dev? That's what I run.
Because if you call the right tool, it will say open new terminal here, so it can read your terminal.
You got a special tool you
No,
want?
no, it's just like you have to call the tool. It's in Cursor. It's just you have to call it right. Open a terminal with run dev. Let's see if it does it. Yeah, see? Open terminal.
What did the previous one say?
Run. And if you run it, it runs it down here, and it can't read the terminal. If you run it with an open terminal, which it looks like it's just Apple enter, it runs it in a page up here that it can then read.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that.
So let's do this.
Oh, and you're already running something on port 3000. So it seems like you have another terminal that's running, which if we get slow, that will be slowing it down. You're running two applications.
Well, tell me if it gets slow. Where's my? Can you see me?
I still see you.
Okay, let's pull up this. Oh, here's the. No, that's not. Here's this.
Hey, sorry to bother you again. We need to do the dog thing. I have to leave at like 3:40.
Okay, give me 10 minutes. I'm just wrapping with stream.
Okay.
10-minute hard cutoff.
10-minute hard cutoff, which is perfect.
Okay, we will set a timer for 8 minutes.
Ooh.
I don't want Alyssa to hate me for taking all your time on live streams.
All right. So let's see. We have Teddy Swims selected, which was our first. Let's go
now we want to create a new chat, right? Or select a different artist and then create chat, right?
Yeah. First, let's just make sure.
Let me verify that's the bug. Create chat, switching active artist, right?
So Recoup artist is Teddy Swims. Cool. All right, so we're gonna switch to Chill Pill. Test, I have green shoes. Chill Pill. Let's see. Oh,
Redirected back home.
that feels like another bug, a different bug.
Do you feel that that's a result of the changes we made or an unrelated bug that already existed outside of our changes?
I don't know.
My gut is this was our changes, but you said a different bug, which opened up a question I didn't consider.
No. Because we didn't see this last time before we ran these, right?
We didn't see.
We didn't. This didn't happen the last time.
No, it
You
opens up the chat. It usually opens up the chat. We have not opened up a chat. Do you have a chat on the left side? Did it create a chat?
No. Oh wait, let's see. What was it? No, yeah, Chill Pill G Shoes.
Click on it. Nothing in there.
It's nothing is in there, but that might not be.
Okay, so it does not seem like this fixed it.
Wait, let's see.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's-
you're fetching room reports. No rows returned. Shows that the non-critical warnings, error not related to our change. Printing, chat creation, maintaining the correct artist ID.
Did it create the correct artist ID, or did it go back to? No, it did create. Okay, so it did. No, yeah.
It's
It
going to
was-
show all your recent chats. How are you determining that it created in the right one based off of this UI you're looking at? Because if you select Teddy Swims, your recent chats aren't going to change, right? You still see the same ones on the left side. Scroll down.
Correct.
So how did you looking at this tell you that it was saved to the right person?
Because my artist didn't switch to Teddy Swims. Wait, but what we're supposed?
Am I correct in that you're saying the artist did not switch, but we actually have not verified that the chat was created in the correct place?
Correct. Let's do
Okay.
that.
It does feel like this has gone down. Okay, Google, how much time do we have on our timer? Less than 4 minutes. What do we have time to do to help Sid move in the right direction? The changes, it's still, we are not seeing the chat. We were seeing chat before. I would argue this is not a fix that we want to push, because before we got redirected and saw the chat response, now we do not. How do we proceed? Is Sid able to do this bug? Do I need to put my work on Instagram followers off to the side so that I can?
No. I don't want you to do that. I think I'm going to go back to try to fix this bug specifically instead of trying to combine everything.
Keep them small. I don't think putting them all into one mono pull request is going to make it any easier. I
agree. The one thing that I think will move the needle is a lot of the times, because of we need to figure out a vibe coding workflow so that when you ask me questions, I can answer them about why things happened and what it seems like the answer is to just keep scratch pads and document them so that you can see them as well, so that you can kind of go through and be like, okay, this is what they did, this is why. So you have you can also follow along with Cursor, and I don't have to recall or like try to remember what the changes were that it did. Would you agree or disagree?
I would argue the code should be self-documenting. The code should be readable. And the reason I have so many questions is because we both don't understand what the root cause is, and neither does Cursor. And this is a code smell saying that we are throwing on Band-Aids instead of solving the root cause. I don't think this means we need to change our flow. I think this means we aren't solving the bug right now. And we'll know we solved the bug when the code will be easy to read, and it'll make perfect sense when we've actually gotten to the right thing. I think we still have not asked the right MIQ. And once we ask the right question or phrase the problem correctly, the code will be easier to read and the solution will be very clear as to where the bug was. if I'm asking you why are you doing this, it's probably because I have a pointed statement in my head of this is not required or this is not correct code, and I'm asking you to open it up for you to give me information instead of me making the pointed statement. But if I'm asking that question, I already have this preconceived idea that the change is not required or it's not correct. So I'm not really asking you to get. I would if you know the info, tell me. But if I'm asking, it's probably because the changes aren't ready yet. Otherwise, you've seen on code where it makes sense, I give a thumbs up and we just ship it. I don't give any feedback.
Yeah. So the question, it's just what's the question?
This happens with me too. Like in my own code, when I vibe code with Cursor, I'm like, why did it do this thing? And then I keep asking myself that, and I'm like, oh, well, this naming doesn't make sense. Let's move it somewhere else. And then it makes sense. So this is normal. I wouldn't say that you were doing something wrong or need to change. This is a normal process of understanding the code. I think the more you practice, the more you will understand, and the more you understand, the higher you'll be able to perform.
No, I agree. So I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm trying to think of next steps. The question that I have for you, which is a question, like the most important question, is where's the bug coming from? Is it something that we need to think through from the act, like what's going, like in our infrastructure of how our chats are being generated, or what, like where do you think I should be looking first?
Stop. That's our time. I think the two hooks that it pulled out are a great place to start. Use prompt and use initial chat. Those feel like it's most likely in one of the use effects that, like Cursor already pointed out, there's probably a use effect that is being triggered at the wrong time that is setting artists in a way that we don't expect. This is most likely there's like you wanted to add in a new hook that would set the artist when it changed. What is likely happening is that is already happening in 3 other components. And so you adding that in is just going to add another fight, a race condition amongst all these others. We need to just get a clear understanding. I would start with use prompt and use initial chat. Maybe even tell Cursor to make a mermaid chart so you can understand it, understand the flow. But I think it's understanding is going to be the first step for us to fix this, whether it's you understanding it or me understanding it. One of us needs to understand, because if it's just trying to vibe code this with Cursor, it's going to try to slap another Band-Aid on, because this is not a simple answer. This is the result of us building tech debt into our very specific stack.
I agree. So next steps, let me dive into that tonight, and then we'll touch base tomorrow. Hopefully I have an answer of where this is coming from. And that will be my objective for the rest of the night, is figuring out where this is coming from and what we have to do to fix it. And I'll just focus on the one bug.
Get us with an outro.
All right. Thank you for watching. Maybe you want to say goodbye
To him.
to the world. You're on stream
live.
Bye-bye.